I just showed up one day and like, hey, I have a big brother.
Yeah.
When Hayu first came to me, he was a very bright boy. I noticed right away. On the other hand, Hayu didn't really want to follow directions. His mom noticed the same thing as well. She came to me and she was seeking help from me. She didn't know how to help Hayu at home. Kaya was very committed to this program. He was so kind, positive, and he was so sincere here to want to make friends with Hayu.
It's a nice change from my week at school and kind of the stress that brings.
The good thing about having a big brother like Kyle is I get to go out of school and play games. And first we get my lunch, and if I don't do my homework, he helps me. When I'm done with everything, we play games. And we spend 1 hour with each other, and then I have to go back to school.
I noticed he's more positive, and he also started to enjoy school and more engaged in learning. Hayu was starting making friends. His mother noticed the change at home as well. She excitedly told me, Hayu changed, Hayu changed.
It makes me feel great. It's indescribable, just being there for someone for an hour once a week and then seeing his improvements in school, especially with math. He really excels in math now.
I like to get out of school and play with Kyle.
Yeah, I like to get out of school and play with Hayu too.
One thing I really liked about Big Brothers Big Sisters was the amount of care and time they took into finding Brian his perfect match. It has changed my son's whole entire world. I'm Sarah, Brian's mom. Brian was shy, he was quiet, he didn't have a lot of friends that he hung out with outside of school. I felt like Brian needed somebody to help guide him doing things outside of our family that could give him a different perspective on things in life besides our family dynamic.
I'm Luke, and I am Brian's big brother. Brian and I always make time to get together. I knew when I signed up for this that I was going to be really committed.
Luke was the first man that Brian ever fully trusted outside of his grandfather and his uncles. The first man that ever was consistent and showed him every day love and that he was interested in him and getting to know him and guiding him.
My name is Brian, and I'm Luke's little. Luke introduced me to photography when I was about 11 years old. One afternoon, he took me to downtown Minneapolis and we took pictures. And for a gift, he gave me a picture frame that had 4 of my pictures in it, and I was surprised because the pictures were good. When he gave me that, I knew what I really wanted to do.
We started out with just street photography. It was going out, just kind of getting those candid shots, those honest portraits of people doing what they do.
When we go to take pictures, it's not like a set thing. We just go to have fun and just create something.
Brian was one of the first people to know that I was going to propose to my wife. And he was also one of the first people to know when we were expecting a child. It's just been really special to be able to share these moments in our lives with his family as well. We're all family at this point.
If I didn't have Luke in my life, I'm pretty sure that I wouldn't have anybody like him in my life.
I think that he thinks he's his best friend in the whole world. It's the best thing I ever did. I totally believe Brian would be a totally different kid if he would have never had Luke in his life. He would be a great kid, but there'd be something different in his life that he wouldn't have without Luke.
He's going to different events for the schools, being exposed to all these different cultures, and new arts and choirs and bands and everything. And it's incredible. I'm excited for what he can do, what he's going to do with his future, because he can do whatever he puts his mind to, and he will.
If I didn't have Luke in my life, I feel like I'd be on a completely different path. I feel amazing about the path that I'm on now.
I didn't think I could connect with somebody like I did with Amy. I was 11 when she first signed me up, and I was not feeling it. I did not want to do it. Girl, to be real, I didn't know what I was getting myself into.
I remember thinking that she was really mature for her age already, and I was excited to get to know her more.
Every Monday she would show up, same time. We would cook, we would plant flowers. I think that's when it started to feel real, like this was a real experience and that she was gonna be with me for the long haul.
I think that since Naima and I met, she's had a big focus on the future, and she knew she wanted to go to college. For the last few years, we've been really focused on researching colleges, figuring out financial aid, and that's been helped a lot by the classes Big Brothers Big Sisters has provided.
I've had a lot of different experiences that most people haven't ever been through in their life. I don't think I would have been able to do this on my own. I think Big Brothers Big Sisters gave me a head start on life.
In being matched with Naima, I've learned about different life struggles that people go through, things that I never had to experience in my life, and it's opened my eyes to be more empathetic to the struggles that people face.
Every time I see her, she has a smile on her face. She is bright, she's passionate, she's determined, she's optimistic. She's a beautiful person.
If I hadn't chosen to be a mentor, I wouldn't have Naima in my life, and that's something that I just can't imagine.
I think she helped me find Naima. Even though I'm still exploring who that is, I definitely think she helped me find who I am. And she's the best thing that has ever happened to me.